Did you know that by the time many people realize their bones are weak, it's already too late? Imagine breaking a bone from just a minor fall and then finding out it could have been prevented. Today, I'm going to share 6 powerful tips that can naturally boost your bone density and protect you from fractures, pain, and a future of limited mobility. These are simple steps anyone can take, and they could literally save your independence. So, if you want to stay strong and active for life, keep watching. First, let's talk about something so simple, yet so overlooked: nutrition. It's easy to think about bones as hard, lifeless structures, but they're actually living tissues that are constantly being broken down and rebuilt. This process requires essential nutrients, and if we're not feeding our body properly, our bones are the first to suffer. Calcium is the superstar mineral for bone health. We've all heard about it, but are you getting enough? Most adults need around 1,000 to 12 milligrams of calcium per day. And unfortunately, many of us fall short. But here's the kicker: calcium alone isn't enough. Without vitamin D, your body can't properly absorb calcium, meaning all those supplements and calcium-rich foods might be going to waste. Vitamin D is like the key that unlocks the door to calcium absorption. So, where do you get these nutrients? Dairy products like milk, yogurt, and cheese are excellent sources of calcium. But if you're lactose intolerant or vegan, don't worry, leafy green vegetables like kale and broccoli, almonds, tofu, and fortified plant milks are great options too. As for vitamin D, sunlight is a natural source, but if you live in an area with limited sun exposure, especially in winter, a supplement might be necessary. You should aim for 600 to 800 IU of vitamin D daily, though some people need more based on their doctor's advice. Now, here's something many people don't realize: protein is crucial for bone health too. Bones are made up of collagen, a protein that forms the framework of your skeleton. If you're skimping on protein, your bones don't have what they need to stay strong. Many older adults don't get enough protein, and that contributes to muscle loss and weaker bones. So make sure you're eating plenty of high-quality protein from fish, poultry, eggs, dairy, or plant-based sources like beans and lentils. But nutrition is only one piece of the puzzle. Physical activity is perhaps one of the most effective and natural ways to improve bone density. Our bones, like muscles, get stronger when we use them. This is where weight-bearing exercises come in. Think of activities where you're working against gravity: walking, jogging, dancing, and climbing stairs. Even simple activities like gardening can contribute if they get you moving and on your feet. And let's not forget about resistance training, like lifting weights or using resistance bands. These types of exercises apply force to your bones through muscle contraction, signaling your body to build stronger, denser bone tissue. If you've never lifted weights before, start slow and get guidance if needed, but don't underestimate the power of strength training for your bones. Now you might be thinking, I walk every day, isn't that enough? While walking is great, it might not be sufficient to significantly improve bone density on its own. Mixing in strength training and higher impact activities, depending on your ability, can give your bones the stimulus they need to grow stronger. Even simple home exercises like squats, lunges, and push-ups can make a real difference when done consistently. Another important tip: watch out for bone-damaging habits. Smoking is one of the worst things you can do for your bones. Cigarette smoke interferes with the balance of bone-building cells and increases bone loss, making fractures more likely. The same goes for excessive alcohol consumption. While an occasional drink is usually fine, heavy drinking can interfere with your body's ability to absorb calcium and other bone-boosting nutrients. So, if you're serious about keeping your bones healthy, cutting back on these habits is a must. Let's also talk about a silent enemy of bone health: excessive salt intake. You may not realize this, but when you eat too much salt, your body starts to excrete more calcium in the urine. Over time, this depletes the calcium available for your bones, making them weaker. So, while watching sodium might be something you do for heart health, it's also crucial for your bones. Start by cutting back on processed foods, canned soups, salty snacks, and frozen meals. Opt for fresh, whole foods and flavor your meals with herbs and spices instead. Stress is another factor that people often overlook when it comes to bone health. Chronic stress increases the release of cortisol, a hormone that, when elevated for long periods, can lead to bone loss. Practicing stress reduction techniques like meditation, deep breathing, yoga, or spending time in nature can not only improve your mental health, but protect your bones as well. Remember, it's all connected. A healthy mind supports a healthy body. Now, here's a tip that may surprise you: maintain a healthy body weight. Being underweight increases your risk of osteoporosis because you have less bone mass to begin with, and there's less muscle to stimulate bone growth. On the flip side, being overweight also stresses your bones and joints in unhealthy ways. Striving for a healthy weight through balanced eating and regular exercise is one of the best gifts you can give to your bones. And let's not forget the importance of balance and posture exercises, especially as we age. Improving your balance reduces the risk of falls, which is critical since fractures from falls are one of the most serious consequences of poor bone health. Practices like Tai Chi, yoga, and Pilates are excellent for enhancing balance, posture, and strength, all of which contribute to better bone health and fewer falls. Something else worth mentioning: bone density scans. If you're over 50, especially if you've had a fracture, or if you have a family history of osteoporosis, talk to your doctor about getting a DEXA scan to assess your bone health. It's a painless, quick way to measure your bone density and see where you stand. Knowing your bone density can help guide what steps you need to take, whether it's focusing on diet and exercise or considering medications if necessary. And finally, let's talk about consistency. Improving bone health isn't something that happens overnight. It takes time, dedication, and consistent effort. But every positive change you make adds up: every healthy meal, every walk, every weight lifted, every deep breath you take. To manage stress, it all builds a foundation for stronger bones and a healthier future. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit that like button and share it with your family and friends, because we all need to take care of our bones.